Dokkan Battle has dropped an absolute behemoth of a release in LR Super Saiyan 4 GOGETA. He is as hype as it gets, and I'm sure a lot of players are coming back to the game in order to obtain this character and try him out. So, if that's you haven't played the game in a while, you're brand new, all of that fun stuff, I think this video will help you out. Now, what I'm going to be doing in this video is going over some helpful tips that will help you get on track in terms of what you need to be doing for Dokkan. The game has seen a substantial overhaul in the last, I'd say, year and a half or so, with the version sync as well as the sort of Dokkan 2 pseudo update that they did to make the game look different, and that stuff is all going to be tackled today. So, if you are returning for the first time in a very long time, I hope you enjoy, and if you're brand new, I would suggest before this that you would watch the overall beginner's guide that I did in order to give you the sort of get your feet wet with the game, right? Get the idea of how things are going, because in this video, I'm not going to be going into the very basics, but we are going to be going over methods to farm stones, things that you could potentially be checking up on, and just a few overall tips to make your gameplay experience easier in order to obtain Super Saiyan 4 GOGETA and have a good time using it. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and drop a like and enjoy the video. So for those of you who have had an account before and are just logging in for the first time in months, years, whatever it may be, you are going to be met with a returning player login bonus as well as returning player missions. This is going to be the first thing that I would take care of, as it is very easy to do. What you want to do here is hit this returning player button. You guys can see I'm on my old Zero to Hero account in order to get this done. Now, you guys can't see this here, but all this says is clear any stage 20 times, and you are going to be given some Dragon Stones as well as a returning bonus set of tickets. So if we were to go over to our tickets, you guys can see there's a ton here. We're going to be talking about this in a little bit. You have a lot of stuff that you can use. So we want to scroll through this and go down to the returning player ticket. So one featured SSR guaranteed for multi-summon. This is just going to give you some account boosting stuff. So if we press this right here, we can go ahead and see who we're going to get. This is going to give you some characters that you can use. Nothing too crazy, but free stuff is free stuff that the game is giving you. And I'd highly recommend that you take advantage of doing this by doing the returning player missions. You're going to see this on your screen. It's going to be very easy for you to follow. And again, it's going to give you some free stuff. So click through this, we'll see what we get. It's not looking like anything too crazy in here, and we have been given a copy of this Bardock. So this character Dokkan awakens into Bardock and Gine, and I have 15 of these characters. They must have been on a banner somewhere. So there you guys go. There's going to be a free version of that, and it's going to just be, more importantly, there's going to be Dragon Stones in there. So that's the first tip I want to give you guys. Do your returning player missions. Very easy. Let's move on. Next up, this is for those of you who have been away for a few years at this point. The quest mode has seen a big update. Now, if you were somebody that played 3 or 4 years ago, the quest mode ended at Area 27. Now we are all the way up to Area 38. So what you want to do is go in here and play your quest mode, right? Go to Chapter 5, figure out where you were. Again, you probably ended at Chapter 4 here with the Taxing Endeavor area. What you want to do is go over here to Chapter 5 and just start playing it. Now, one big piece of advice that I can give you while you're clearing the quest mode out is only play the hardest difficulty. You should have a team that's absolutely fine, if you've had one in the past, that should be able to take care of this difficulty, right? And if you do, you want to make sure you're doing the super difficulty, because like I said, you'll get credit for clearing it on hard, Z hard, and super if you just clear it on super. So it's going to be 3 stones here, and then however many stones that you're going to be able to get is going to be based on the stage that you are doing. So go through all of these areas and get your stones caught up, and you should be good to go. Now you guys can see I'm just logging into this account again, so I do have some stuff left from Area 38 that I haven't done yet, and I'll go ahead and do that at some point, but it doesn't really matter for the sake of this video. You want to come in here to the quest mode and grab all the stones that you can from this, and again, it's very easy. You get some extra free characters and such. Make sure you get this done. The next thing I want to talk about is the free-to-play version Z team that the game gave out for the Saiyan Saga. It's in here. What you will do is open this panels mission tab, and then you will be able to fill out all of these missions. Now you can see your boy is almost done with this. This mission's a bit of a pain in the butt, so I just haven't done it yet. But what you want to do is just clear this out, right? The Greatest Warrior missions, you guys will see exactly what I'm talking about. What they're going to do is give you a free-to-play Saiyan Saga team. We can pull that up right now. That is headlined by a version Z LR Goku that is physical, and it's going to look something like this. You have this Goku right here, and then you have some other characters. We have this Tien, we have this Krillin, we have this Yamcha, and we have this Chaozu, as well as a Gohan and Piccolo from the Saiyan Saga. Now, this team can be used to clear basically everything that you need to clear. in terms of just starting out the game. So you want to do something like this and you're going to be good to go. This is a full rainbow team that's very easy to use, has a lot of synergy, and you're going to be able to get through most of the content in the game with this team. So if you think that your team's outdated, all you need to do is do the panel missions, and this is a very this is a process that the game is going to hold your hand through, and you're going to be able to get done with this very easily. So go here, get the Saiyan Saga team. You'll be good to have a nice little head start in order to start clearing out some of the content that you potentially missed in years past. So get the free-to-play Saiyan Saga team. This is going to be very helpful for you. Let's move on. Next up, I want to talk about a very easy way for you to obtain some Dragon Stones via the Dragon Ball Story tab up here. Now, this is just essentially just a retelling of story events that we've seen in the past, and they're essentially being redone, and you're able to clear them again in order to get the stones. Now, if you played back in the day, what you'd know is if you went over to the event tab and went over here to story, these would be getting updated all the time, which is depending on what the celebration is. So right now we're in some Future Saga and GT stuff, so you can see we have a GT story event and then some Future Saga story events. But what they've done now to sort of revamp it and keep them up at all times is relocated them up here to this Dragon Ball Story tab, and if you've cleared them before, you're going to be able to clear them again and get first time bonuses of stones for being able to clear them. So if you want to farm the characters in here, you can, or if you just want to clear the events with stones, make sure you're doing the Z hard thing because you're going to get credit for clearing both difficulties. Go through this and clear out all of these stages right here, and this is going to give you a ton of Dragon Stones for you to get started with your summoning for the new characters and stuff like that. Just a really easy way for you to come up on some Dragon Stones, and I definitely would regret not telling you this. So make sure you get this done. Very easy. Let's move on. The next thing I want to talk about is a feature that they added. I don't remember exactly when because I'm mainly on JP and I never really use this, but it is very important for you. It is known as the Giru's Guide. Now, this is an all-in-one sort of encyclopedia that is going to help you level up the super attack level of characters, tell you who you need to Dokkan Awaken, tell you who you need to put your hidden potential orbs into. Just all in all, a very useful feature that the game has decided to add. Now, what this is going to do, you guys can see right now we are on the super attack level page here. So let's just say we wanted to look at our GT boss's character because we have like Omega or something like that. The game will actually let you know if there's a way to farm up the super attack level for free. That way you can save your Elder Kais or your Grand Kais on items. So we could see Nova Shenron right here. We now have a character or an event that drops Nova Shenrons that we can use to level up the super attack. If we want to awaken a character, we can unfilter it and it'll show us the characters that we can awaken, and also the medals required. If we want to Extreme Z Awaken Kale and Caulifla, we need these. If we want to do God Goku, we need to grab those. And all we have to do is press this button right here, and it'll take us right to where we need to be. So a very, very useful feature that's going to help you Dokkan Awaken your characters, level up the super attack level, all of these different things that make the game way, way easier, way more accessible. This is a feature that I definitely did not take advantage of in the past, but now I know about it, so it's way easier for me to let you know. Now, when it comes to characters we haven't recruited, but we can get from drop rewards, this is going to tell you essentially free-to-play characters that we can get right now, characters that could potentially be in LR in our box from the free-to-play side of things, and then exchangeable characters we can get with certain things. You guys can see right now we are eligible to get Babidi and Deborah. Just all of these different tabs here are very, very nice. So this has recommendations for you, all of that fun stuff, right? Beginners, recommended characters. We can just continue to go through this, right? For intermediates, for immediates, all of that stuff, all in this tab. This is sort of your all-in-one little encyclopedia that's going to help you sort of sort your way through the game rather than going in here into your character list and making tags and trying to find different things out. This is a much easier way for you to stay on top of things in your account. And also, we'll go over this in this tip right here. I guess we can also say it while we're here. One thing you definitely want to do is go scroll down here and turn this feature on, which is the tag feature. So now we have some tags. Now we have Untitled here. And what I used to do is a to-do list. So you guys can see I have characters here that I need to work on Dokkan Awakening, characters that I need to train up their super attack level for. Just a nice thing to stay on top of things with the game because that's just sort of the way that it works these days. Now we also have a tag for level 10 links, right? Anything that we need to do, still another to-do list, all of that crazy stuff. Just a nice way to stay organized, I'd say, and you just have more access to more information when you have that, and it helps you sort your level 10 link characters, your rainbow characters. It's just a fun way to play the game. So make sure you're using the Giru's Guide as well as turning on the tag mechanic in this game. It's very helpful to keep things organized. The next thing that I want to talk about is stuff that you should be doing every day in order to progress your account, as well as maximize some of the items that you will need. The first thing I want to talk about is the Study Hard, Play Hard Turtle School's intensive training. Now, this is what we like to call the Roshi event in the community, and this is an event that's very good for link leveling, for leveling up, getting Elder Kai, Zenny. All of that fun stuff is in this event, and you can do it either once per day or twice per day, depending on your power level. If your power level is over 530,000, you're going to be able to do this twice per day. If it's under that, you're only going to be able to do it once. You may be asking me, how do I increase my power level? We'll go over that in this next tip, but for now, this is something that you want to be doing every day, right? Every day you log in, just come here and play this really quickly. You get credit for a daily mission for doing it. You get rank XP. You can potentially link level your characters. All very helpful stuff that's just going to help you get further along in the game. Now, you guys are going to see here, more than likely, we get a level 10 link. That's very nice. That's actually extremely clutch. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But this is one of the events that I want you to play every day. Now, this is not the only one that you should be doing every day. Keep that in mind. This is something that this is usually like the first thing I do when I hop on the game, is just quickly go do my Roshi event runs. For the sake of this video, I'm only going to do it once, but in most cases I would do it twice because I am eligible to do it twice due to my power level. Now, the next thing I want to do is go into here and do the Activate Your Hidden Potential event. This is going to give you hidden potential orbs of each typing, I believe now is how they have it set up. So this is something that you definitely need to be taking advantage of, because hidden potential orbs could potentially be, no pun intended, could be something that you run into an issue for in terms of like powering your characters, right? Getting your character's hidden potential all the way up. If you don't know that system, again, I would recommend that you watch the beginner's guide. I'll leave it in the pinned comment, but make sure you are getting your hidden potential orbs every single day. It is available. It says once every 7 days, but sometimes it's available every day, especially during a celebration like this, the Global Dokkan campaign. There is a lot of fun stuff going on. So it's something that you need to be taking advantage of when the game is giving you free stuff like this. And hidden potential orbs are one of those resources that you can easily find yourself running out of if you're not an endgame or veteran player. So these are the main two events that I want you to be doing every single day for the growth tab. And again, it's just a super simple process here. You don't need to see me clear this, but I'll show you the rewards that we get at the end. Very nice for getting hidden potential orbs. You want to make sure that these two events at the bare minimum in the growth tab are the ones that you want to be doing every day. Okay, so wanted to save you about 45 seconds of just watching me do super attacks, but this is going to be one of the big things for you. When we see our rewards here, what do we got? You guys can see we have all types of different large orbs, medium orbs, small orbs. This is like not the most groundbreaking amount in the world, but it is extremely helpful because it adds up over time. So the next thing that I want you guys to be doing every day is making sure you are taking advantage of your boosts. Now, during GDC, when I'm making this video, the current ongoing campaign, this is what I would be using my boosts on, the Training in the Clouds event with Mr. Popo. Now, it is 80 stamina, so it is a considerable amount, but this event in specific has the highest link level rate in the game for your characters. And this is really important because link leveling is the most integral part or most important part in terms of what you need to be doing to increase your power level. Therefore, you can get those extra daily attempts, and you can also get bonus drops from these events, right? Getting extra Dokkan Awakening medals, characters while you're farming. These are all really important things. So you want to make sure you're using your 3 or 5 boosts a day, depending on the day, in this Training in the Clouds event. Now, if you want to wait for your stamina refill, that's fine. If you want to use a stone to refresh it, if you want to use meat items to refresh it, all of that is fine. Now, with this in specific, you guys can see we just got an item, the Proof of Mastery item. This is something you want to take advantage of because it's going to be giving you skill orbs to make some really good characters even better. I'll be showing you that in a moment when we're out of here, but this is something that you want to be running your boosts on every single day because, again, link leveling is king in terms of progressing your characters. Aside from pulling dupes and doing the hidden potential system, this is the next most important thing, and this event here is going to be the best individually for that. Now, when it is not, if you're watching this video when it is not the Global Dokkan campaign, what we'll have is on the 15th and the 30th of every month, we have what is known as Dokkan Special Day, Special Dokkan Day, and we get this event that is Training in the Room of Spirit and Time, which essentially has the same link level rate. That is where you'd want to use your boosts on. You guys will know what I'm talking about. I have a video on that as well if you need to see it, but I'll probably upload one on that day as well. Currently, when I'm recording this, it's the 25th, so 5 days from now, we will have Special Dokkan Day, and we will talk about it then, but that is really important. Now, with the Proof of Mastery, accidentally paused it. But with the proof of mastery items, what we want to do is go over here to this exchange, and now we can pick up some dragon stones and some kais. Now, you guys can see that I have 3,600, but that's because I did this during the 10th anniversary when it was live, not just from that one run. And this is just a nice way to bolster up some of your items and get these character exclusive skill orbs. So you want to farm that event until you're all out of these things to buy in the shop, and you're going to be all fine and dandy. Now, these are very nice little free skill orbs that you can get. Now, if you don't know what skill orbs are, these are things that we can equip to the hidden potential of a character in order to make them better. So if we were to take, let's take an LR that we have, for example, and look at like, we'll look at this Carnival Goku right here. Now you guys can see we have the hidden potential system, but now we also have this section of things here called skill orbs. Now, if we were to look at a skill orb, let's just say we wanted to put this one on. This is going to put this Goku's defense up by 800 to the stat. So we'd want to equip this, and it's going to give us 800 extra defense. Now, this is going to apply to effects like attack, defense, HP, additional, crit, right? Damage reduction when you have extra damage reduction, when you have type advantage, extra healing per orb, super attack level buffs. All of that fun stuff can be found with this character. So just keep that in mind, that this is a very nice little mechanic that the game has here to further power up your characters. And there's always going to be different ways for you to obtain these items depending on the celebration that we are in. So currently we're in GDC, and so Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta has different items. Physical Omega Shenron has different orb items. That's basically what we're looking for. So that's what I would do. Use your boost every day on that, and then go exchange your proof of mastery items for all the things in that shop. And that's going to be a really good way for you to get a jump start to your account. The next thing I want to talk about is the power level system. Now, maybe you were around when this happened, maybe you were not around when this happened. So what this essentially is just a metric in order to indicate how well your account is in terms of some factored in elements. Now, this is my alt account, right? This is not my main account. I think I'm over 5 million on my main account, but that's not important. I'm just letting you know that I'm not this isn't the account that I'm always playing on. That's why the number's a little bit lower. But there are factors that go into each one. And the main one we want to be looking at is going to be the link skills at max level, which is going to be giving us 1,000 power level per link level 10 link that we get. So that is one thing that you want to be taking advantage of. Again, we talked about it, the Training in the Clouds event, the Room of Spirit and Time Limited Time event, or what we could do is go over to Quest, and we could do 2 stages I like to use. Area 38, Stage 7, or we go to Area 35, Stage 6. These are going to be 2 of the best link leveling stages in order to power up your character. It all just depends on the time when you're watching this video. But right now during GDC, the best way to increase your power level, the fastest way to do it is going to be here in the story tab. We go over to the Training in the Clouds event. This is going to be the best way to increase your power level based on getting level 10 links for your units. So this is very important. Make sure you get this done, and let's go ahead and move on. The last tip I want to give you guys before I let you go is how we can start collecting stones in order to summon for these characters in an efficient manner. Now, the first thing you can do is go clear out the quest mode, right? We've talked about that already, but let's talk about some other things that you can do to potentially power up your stone count as quick as possible. The first thing is the Dokkan event boss rush. If you have played years ago and you have not caught up with these yet, this is an extremely easy way for you to get stones. You're essentially just playing Dokkan events back to back, and almost every single modern team can take out a Dokkan event with ease. Basically every single team in the game that's coherent and has links and synergy and all that fun stuff is going to be able to clear this out. So make sure you do this first. This is the most easy in terms of like getting quick stones. This is the most easy way to do it in this tab. Now, another area that we can go to is Infinite Dragon Ball History and start clearing out some of these stages. You guys can see we have 36 of these bad boys at this point, and these are going to be giving a very plentiful amount of stones in order for you guys to get some to summon for the characters. Next, we want to go and do the GT Goku event, the Vegeta event, right? All of these things are just old, difficult content that are very easy to clear with a modern team. So that's going to be a very nice way for you to do so and get some quick stones. We talked about Boss Rush, we talked about Infinite Dragon Ball History, the Dragon Ball Story tab, the Quest tab. If we go over here to the stories, we can do some of these. These are going to be a good way for you to get stones. And then also the last one, the mother load, if you will, is going to be the Extreme Z battles. Now, if you haven't played in a few years, obviously there's going to be a ton of these, right? You want to go through and play ones that you can take care of. Now, if you find yourself stuck on an Extreme Z battle, just move on. That's the best advice I can give you, right? You're stuck on one, just say, okay, I can't do this stage right now. Just go to the next one, right? Go as far back as you can, see how many you can do, and then you should be good to go. So those are going to be some of the best ways for you to get dragon stones. Now, we need to talk about one last thing here, which is going to be the tickets that you can use potentially before you use your stones in order to summon for the new characters. Now, the first thing is going to be what you want to do with these. Now, what we have what are known as the global Dokkan tickets, or the global tickets for GDC. Now, there are two options that you can do, and this is going to depend on the case by case here for each person that is doing this. The first thing I want to talk about are the ticket multis that you can do. If you have an older account that you want to boost up and get some featured characters on these banners, then I would highly recommend that you do the ticket multis. We're going to be able to get 100 of these. So essentially you're going to have 10 free multis to do on any of the 4 GDC banners of your choosing. So if you're all about Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you can either do two things. You can do 10 multis here for free on this banner with these tickets, or what you can do is 2 50 ticket singles that have a 44% chance of being Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. So just keep that in mind. I'd probably recommend that you do the multis if you have everything on these banners, or you don't have anything from these banners. But if you do have a lot of these characters on the banner and you just want Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, then maybe what I would do is do one of these and see if you beat the system with the 50 tickets, and then just do the 5 multis is probably what I would do. But that is sort of how I would go about summoning for these characters. So at the end of the day, right, if you are new, there are a lot of quality of life changes. There's an auto mode now. When you load into the game after you beat a stage for the first time, you can play it on auto mode, and it's very simple. And you can just auto mode the entire quest. So very easy stuff. But let me know if you are returning to Dokkan for the first time in a while, how you've been enjoying things. And if you have any questions, you can either ask in the comment section below or join the community Discord. The link is in the description. Very helpful resources, right? We have a lot of active players in there who like to help each other out. And that is where you can get a hold of me in an easier way, right? From time to time, right? Sometimes I'm not always in there, but I appreciate you guys watching this one. Again, let me know how you've been enjoying Dokkan since your return, and if you are enjoying the game, and if you pulled the new characters, right? How many stones did it take? What did you do to get them? All of that fun stuff. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Don't forget to leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new, so that way you don't miss out on any of my Dokkan content. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.